Every level of light machine gun explained. Level 1. The INSAS LMG. The absolute disasters that somehow got classified as light machine guns. You know what's hilarious? India tried to build their own light machine gun, and boy, did they create something special. Specially terrible, that is. Here's the deal. You've got one job as a machine gun. Literally one. Fire bullets. Repeatedly. Without exploding or jamming or turning into a paperweight. The INSAS couldn't even nail that basic requirement. We're talking chronic reliability failures that made soldiers pray they wouldn't have to actually use this thing in combat. Jamming? Check. Feed failures? You bet. Cycling problems that would absolutely make a bicycle jealous. But wait, it gets better. This catastrophe couldn't hit targets accurately beyond 400 meters, which for an LMG is like a race car that can't break 40 miles per hour. The thing overheated faster than your ex's temper, and the ergonomics were designed by someone who apparently never held a gun. Soldiers reported they could barely manipulate the weapon during operations. And here's the kicker. Nobody wanted it. Not even Indians themselves, they barely used it. When your own military is side-eyeing your design, you know you've created a monument to failure. The INSAS is not alone down at level 1. It is keeping company with the Breda Modelo 30, Japan's Sumitomo Type 62, and the infamous Shouchat CSRG 1915. Level 2. The RPD. Now we're getting somewhere. This beauty fires the 7.62x39 round at 700 RPM, and here's the interesting part. It's still showing up in Ukraine in 2025. Yeah, a gun older than your grandpa is still relevant in modern warfare. The RPD nailed the intermediate caliber compromise. That 7.62x39 sweet spot gives you better range than those wimpy 5.45mm rounds while staying lighter than full-power rifle cartridges. At 16.3 pounds, that is 7.4 kilograms for the rest of you. Individual soldiers could actually carry this thing during assaults without throwing their backs out. The flapper locking system is rock solid in conditions that would murder other designs. Soviet troops universally praised this thing for reliability in environments that would make a Swiss watchmaker cry. The 100-round drum belt meant you could lay down serious suppression, and the mobility factor was next level. You could fire this beast from the hip while advancing. Try that with heavier designs and watch your spine file for divorce. But here's where things get ugly. That barrel doesn't come off, non-removable, which means after 100 to 150 rounds of rapid fire, you're not swapping in a fresh barrel like the big boys. You're sitting there like an idiot waiting for physics to cool down your overheated tube. You see, sustained fire is what separates the men from the boys in the machine gun world, and the RPD just can't. The feed mechanism was also weak sauce. During sustained rapid fire, or when your ammo got muddy, chronic jamming became your new best friend, and accuracy during long bursts was terrible. The lightweight design that made it mobile also made it bounce around like a caffeinated squirrel. The RPD is in good company of the Lewis gun, the DP-27, and the CETME Ameli. Level 3. The RPK-74. This is an AK on steroids, a legitimate combat-proven design that soldiers actually want to carry. At just 4.3 kilograms, that's 9.5 pounds for you Americans, this thing is lighter than some assault rifles. You can haul this all day through mountains, forests, or urban hellscapes without your shoulders staging a mutiny. The genius here is common ammunition with the AK-74 family. Every rifleman in your squad is carrying magazines you can use. That's logistical brilliance that would make supply sergeants weep with joy. The Kalashnikov reliability is baked right in. This platform has 50+ years of proven evolution behind it. Field maintenance is straightforward for troops familiar with AK pattern rifles. The integrated bipod means you're always ready for stabilized fire. The RPK is at level 3 because of two words that should scare you: magazine fed. You see, while belt-fed beasts are dumping 100 to 200 rounds without stopping, you're frantically swapping 45-round magazines like you're speed-dating ammunition. And that 5.45x39 round lacks the punch against modern body armor. Beyond 600 meters, and that's being generous, this cartridge is basically throwing spitballs. The suppressive effect just isn't there compared to rifle caliber monsters. The lighter, smaller round also means less punch, less range, less intimidation factor. You need more sustained firing to achieve what a 7.62 design does naturally. The accuracy at extended range suffers too. Worse ballistic coefficient, more wind sensitivity, more problems. The RPK is the perfect gun for its specific role. Close quarters squad combat where weight matters more than raw power. But that's exactly why it's stuck in the middle. It is optimized for constraints that limit its overall capability. The RPK-74 shares this tier with the QBB-95, the Type 81 LMG, and the Bren gun. Level 4, the FN Mag, known as the M240 to Americans, is the gun that every other machine gun gets measured against. Since 1958, this Belgian masterpiece has been adopted by over 100 militaries worldwide. You know why? Because it's basically the Nokia 3310 of machine guns. Runs forever, never quits, laughs at your abuse. This beast fires 762 NATO at rates between 650 to 1000 RPM depending on your gas regulator setting. Yeah, you read that right. 3-position gas regulator. Hot desert making your gun sluggish? Crank it up. Arctic conditions freezing everything? Adjust accordingly. This thing has seen combat everywhere from frozen peaks to blistering deserts across 65 years of continuous service. The accuracy is surgical for a machine gun. 848mm sight radius with that 630mm barrel means you're dropping rounds on target at distances that would make assault rifles jealous. Quick change barrel in 6 seconds flat means you can maintain sustained fire indefinitely. Just swap the hot barrel for a cold one and keep the hate flowing downrange. The long stroke gas piston is mechanically straightforward. Field repairs with minimal training in the middle of nowhere. Here's the disturbing part for anyone facing this weapon. It will not quit. Run over it with a tank, still fires. Drag it through mud, still fires. Drop it off a helicopter, you get the idea. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. This thing is automatic fire only. No semi-auto precision shots, no ammunition conservation for point targets. You're committing to bursts whether you like it or not. The ergonomics scream 1950s. No ambidextrous controls, limited rail integration without bolting stuff on externally, fixed stocks that don't play nice with modern body armor. And that long stroke recoil system generates more kick than modern short stroke designs, requiring more shooter compensation during rapid fire. The FN Mag sits alongside the MG42, the FN M249 Minimi, South Korea's Daewoo K3, the HK21, and China's Type 67. Level 5, the MK48 MOD1. The MK48 MOD1 is what happens when you take the proven M249 design, scale it up to fire 762 NATO, and use modern materials to keep weight under 20 pounds. At 18.26 pounds, that's 8.29 kilograms for the rest of you. This thing is 30% lighter than the M240B while delivering the same full rifle caliber punishment. You see, special operations teams don't have the luxury of dedicated ammo bearers and support personnel. They need one operator to bring belt-fed 762 hate to the party while still being able to sprint, climb, breach, and fight in close quarters. The MK48 MOD1 makes that possible. The hydraulic recoil buffer system tames the 762 kick significantly, keeping you on target during rapid fire. Quick change barrel means sustained operations are still viable. The tri-rail handguard on the MOD1 variant lets you mount IR lasers, grips, whatever tactical accessories your mission demands. The collapsible stock with a hydraulic buffer is critical. It soaks up recoil impulse that would otherwise beat you senseless firing such a hot round from a lightweight platform. You can clear rooms with this. You can do vehicle-mounted operations. You can fast rope onto buildings and immediately bring overwhelming firepower to bear. It provides the lethality of a tank coaxial machine gun in a package that one person can effectively wield. But here's the reality check. Physics doesn't give free lunches. That weight reduction comes with reduced receiver life, about 50,000 rounds compared to the M240's 100,000 plus. Bolts and extractors need replacement every 10,000 to 15,000 rounds instead of going the distance. You're trading longevity for tactical mobility, which for special operations is absolutely the right call, but it is a trade. And let's be honest, 18.26 pounds is still significantly heavier than the RPK-74's 9.5 pounds or mid-tier alternatives. The MK48 MOD1 is sitting in the best tier with the M60E6, the MK46, the Negev NG5, the Germans MG3, China's QJY88, and the FN Minimi MK3. Level 6, the PKM. I know this is what you came for, and here's the jaw-dropping part. This 50-plus-year-old design still embarrasses modern billion-dollar engineering disasters. Let me hit you with the specs that should be physically impossible. 7.5 kilograms. That's 16.5 pounds. A full-power general-purpose machine gun that weighs less than the lightweight MK48 we just covered, roughly the same as the intermediate caliber RPD, and over 8.8 pounds, lighter than the FN Mag. Read that again. This thing fires the 762 by 54R full-power cartridge, 900 meters per second muzzle velocity, while weighing what 5.56 designs weigh. How? Masterful use of stamped sheet metal riveting, the same manufacturing genius that made the AKM so successful. No exotic alloys, no titanium, no fancy materials, just brilliant Soviet engineering. You can fire this from the shoulder. Let that sink in. Russian infantry can effectively wield a belt-fed GPMG like it's an assault rifle, giving them a massive firepower advantage in mobile projectile operations. The PKM fires 650 to 750 revolutions per minute through a gas-operated system with a rotating bolt, basically an inverted, scaled-up AK action. And you know what that means? Legendary Kalashnikov reliability. Sub-zero Arctic conditions at -120 degrees Fahrenheit? Works. Scorching deserts at 120 degrees Fahrenheit? Works. Sustained fire capability is insane. Try 1,000 rounds per hour for extended periods without degrading combat effectiveness. 600 rapid rounds without barrel damage. Field maintenance requires no tools. 80% parts commonality with the original PK design. You can strip and service this in a foxhole at night in the rain. The simplicity is beautiful. Nothing exotic, nothing complex, just proven mechanics that have been refined to perfection. The PKM stands with elites like the KAC Stoner 96 LMG, South Africa's Vector SS77, the HKMG4, and the Ultimax 100 MK8. Level 7. Sig Sauer XM250. This monster beat the PKM and everything else on this list and rewrites the rulebook entirely. Adopted by the US Army in 2022 and fielded operationally in March 2024, the XM250 represents a generational leap that makes everything we've discussed look like museum pieces. This thing weighs 13 pounds unsuppressed, 14.5 pounds suppressed. That's lighter than the PKM while delivering ballistic performance that makes 762 NATO look anemic. The secret is the 6.8x51 Sig Fury hybrid cartridge. This round uses a stainless steel case head fused to a brass body, allowing chamber pressures of 80,000 psi, levels previously reserved for tank main guns. Standard infantry ammo maxes out around 60,000 psi. This immense pressure launches the 6.8 projectile at over 3,000 feet per second, generating approximately 2,569 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. What does that mean in English? It defeats modern level 4 ceramic body armor that stops 762 NATO at ranges exceeding 600 meters. This beast delivers terminal ballistics superior to legacy full-power cartridges while being fired from a lighter platform. The traditional golden triangle trade-off between weight, power, and reliability has been smashed. The short-stroke gas-operated piston, open-bolt design, integrated recoil reduction system maintains shooter accuracy during 800 revolutions per minute fire. Quick-detach suppressor interface, free-floating M-LOK handguard, 2-position adjustable gas valve. This thing is modular and future-proof. The platform scales across 6.8, 762 NATO, and 6.5 Creedmoor variants without dimensional differences. And the suppressor uses a flow-through design that vents gases forward rather than trapping them, reducing toxic gas blowback by 70 to 80% while masking acoustic and thermal signature. The Sig Sauer XM250 combines assault rifle portability, battle rifle hitting power, and machine gun sustained fire, all integrated with a computer that aims for you. This god tier has the FN Evolus, the KAC LAMG, the HKMG5, the Negev NG7, and the PKP Pecheneg.